Okay, so you're out on a date. You pull up to the restaurant, and the lady you're with tells you this restaurant is not good enough for someone as fine as she is. What's your reaction? Well, Rodney and I talk about that scenario today and other things. And I promise, this podcast is not about female bashing, even though it might seem that way. Well, we hope you enjoy this edition of Old Fools Talking Old School.
He buys me this, or he gets my hair done, or he does this and he does it. You're not looking at the real man. You're looking at what he can do for you.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you get caught up in that. Stop looking at that. Just like that old silly ass girl that was on the internet on there, didn't want to get out of the car at Cheesecake Factory. Like she was.
Oh yeah, y'all heard that one too.
Oh man,
that was one of the ones this week.
Man, that ignorant heifer. I'm too this or whatever to be going to a chain. Take her ass to dang McDonald's. Hell, that's where you need to go. And but these folks inflate themselves, so you wasn't all of that. You better be glad the dude even wanted to take you out. You wasn't all that. By the time you took all that fake hair off and all that other fake, you probably. Well, anyway, let me get off that tangent. But that's how a lot of these are. Like they think they're so something that you supposed to go. I was reading another article where they were talking about these women was talking about a guy on the first date should spend at least $200. I'm like, you out your damn mind. On the first date, I'm just supposed to spend $200 on you. And I'm like, no, bruh. But they look at all the wrong stuff.
I think so too. I think so too. And I know that they were saying on that the guy had to like wait on her for like an hour past the date because she was getting, herself together, got whatever and all that kind of stuff.
Missed the reservation that he had at a supposed nicer restaurant.
Right. Because he was waiting around for her and stuff. And I must admit that was one of the ones that almost everybody that called in was against her. Like, matter of fact, what they said, Cheesecake Factory is a nice place to go.
Yes, it is.
He said, now, if you had said maybe Waffle House or something, I might say, well, yeah, maybe you could do a little bit better. And this other guy called in and said, well, I love the Waffle House. For me and my girlfriend, we've been together 30 years. That's where we went to first. We went to Waffle House,
Her ass wasn't even worth Waffle House.
Right. It ain't about where you take it, because I always look at one of them situations where, when you start that kind of stuff, you got to keep it up. You take them out to some really nice, J. Alexander's or whatever. They expect that from now on, And I said, of course, we never had any kind of money to even think about stuff like that. I mean, our typical, you go to the movies and you maybe go to Pizza Hut or somewhere and have something to eat. You think you were doing good, and
that's what I say about all of us in our generation who've been in the game for 40 plus years together. When we got married, we just thought we was in love, and nobody kind of talking about no money because didn't nobody have none.
Had no money.
Yeah. The stuff that we acquired together. And these women come in here just like the whole thing of it is, oh, he got to make six figures. Well, what make you think he wants your ass? He's got to do this. He's got to be this. I have always been upset when I shouldn't say I was upset because I don't care, but the audacity of these women. It's always trying to make it seem like you're so this. Oh, I need a man that's equally yoked. What the hell is that? Everybody ain't the same place in their religious beliefs at the same time. Because if you are a devout Christian and you believe in God, oh, he got to be a devout Christian. Not if he's the right dude for you. God might have put you in there to bring him to whatever yokeness you decide. Like you got some say in that. And I'm like, that makes no sense. I'm dressed too nice to go to a chain restaurant. I'm like, shit, I done took her ass to one of them damn food trucks on the side.
Yeah. It's amazing to me sometimes what people be thinking about stuff like that. Like you say, when we was growing up, going out and everything, it was primarily, attraction. I tell people that all the time. I hate people who say, first thing I noticed about it was her personality. You can't notice a personality. You can find somebody's personality once you see them, talk to them, get to know them.
Right.
I said the first thing you know about somebody is their outward appearance. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever that may be. I'm not saying, but I'm saying to me, that's the way things are. You notice the outward appearance of that person. Now you don't notice their personality,
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, I think just human beings, the way we are, you're either, you're probably attracted by whatever standards you're sort of looking for. You see that,
right,
and then you could sort of pursue and go from there kind of thing. And that was sort of the way we were. You saw somebody, that looked nice to you. You want to get to know them a little bit better. It wasn't about, what kind of money you make, what kind of job you got,
where you work.
That comes on. You'll find that out just as part of, if your relationship goes to that level, you'll know about all those things.
That's right.
But it wasn't about that to start with. I mean, I just, like I said, I didn't have the money to even try to impress anybody to start with, for one thing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to be that kind of person that's trying to, impress you by supposedly what I've got and what I can do for you. It's something I'm gonna try to impress you by the kind of person I am, and hopefully you that appeals to you.
Well, the same feeling that they have about themselves, I've always had about myself, because you ain't the only catch. I'm a catch too.
Well, yeah, thank you.
I'm not coming in here kissing your foot. Like, hell, you better be glad you in my presence too. Hell,
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I'm not lowering myself to come down to anybody's level. I feel like I'm up there right where you are. I'm not any better than anybody else, but I don't think I'm below anybody else.
Damn right. Like, yeah, what do you think this is? I'm like, hey, you offer to pay sometime, damn it. Being a gentleman, I'll probably turn it down, but hell, you can at least offer.
Yeah. Well, and when me and Mary dated, there'd be times that we'd go out and she said, I'm gonna pay. I'll pay. Or the many times that she invited me to dinner at her house and cooked, know. So I mean,
same thing with Rosa, man.
Yeah.
Man, I think I told you the story one time a long time ago about we went, she called me, she said, hey, I'm gonna be on your side of town for lunch. Why don't you meet me for lunch? I said, okay. And she said, well, I called Philip too, because he was on the same side of town I was. Told him to meet us up there. So let's have lunch. Oh, okay. We did that. So I walked in there. She was already there. So I walked in there, and so we ordered our stuff, and I just, just out of habit, I reached for my wallet. She said, no, I got it. I'm like, okay. So she paid for the lunch, and the girl behind the counter, a little young black girl, she said, you go, girl. I was like, oh my God. You go, girl. She paying for his lunch, like something you never probably thought about, that kind of thing. And then she got up with Philip, because Philip was a little late. He ran a little late. She got up and went paid for his. She's like, I'm like, boy, this is something else. Y'all got it all twisted. You think it's all supposed to come one way.
Yeah.
Even I hear these women talking about Valentine's Day. He didn't get me nothing for Valentine's Day. Well, what did you get him? It's Valentine's Day. You should be coming up with something, but everything's supposed to be catered to you. And I didn't mind catering to Rosa, because she would always reciprocate, and I would say, no, that's all right, baby. I appreciate you offering.
Yeah.
But these women, they expect it, and then expect it like you supposed to, and then get mad if you expect something from them. I'm like, hell, if I done this, you ought to do something.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. And I don't know. I guess it's somewhat. It's the changes in the generation. I'm sure there's people like that when we were going. I mean, I ain't saying it's just this. I'm sure there was people like that when we were out there dating and things. I guess I just never ran into any like that because I know I wouldn't be around for a hot second. If
exactly.
What can you do for me kind of thing. But yeah, you just find a lot of people who are like that these days that are looking for something, and I always looked at it as it's a we thing. We're going to do this together. And I'm not looking for you to bring X amount to the table and stuff of that nature. We're doing this together.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know, but yeah. So y'all got that viral cheesecake thing out there too.
Man, I couldn't.
They were talking about it here.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Well, I could believe it. I don't know why I say I couldn't believe it. I am dressed. Look at me. Do I look like I should be going to a chain restaurant? No, your ass look like you need to be going out in the outhouse and slaughtering a pig.
I heard that.
Only reason I saw her on something where she apologized to the guy to some.
Well, and I heard that that said that she did that and said something about not that it was taken out of context, but
right.
That wasn't what I meant or something like that. So, hell yeah, that's what she meant.
Hell yeah. She only said that because she got the backlash.
Backlash, yeah. That's always, once you get the backlash, you're going to make that really wasn't what I meant. It was taken out of context. Yeah, it was exactly what you meant.
Mm-hmm. Damn sure was. And I'm like, and then when I saw her, she was kind of on the hefty side. I'm like, what make you think you so fine? You got that.
Oh, really? See, I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her.
Oh, she was on the thickness side, man.
Okay.
They showed her sitting there. Now, all I saw was her thighs and her legs, and then it went up to her face. But she wasn't no petite little girl. Okay. And like I said, ain't nothing wrong with that. But he was a little old dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He looked like he might have been maybe of Arab or Indian descent. He wasn't as dark as an Indian, but he was kind of like a small dude, And she was talking about.
Okay.
I know it sounded like everything I heard when I heard it back. It was like I and me and all of this. Yeah, it was. And you're only saying that now because people talked about your behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, he said the same thing. So maybe I just need to take you back home. I'm like, bro, you could have done it. I wouldn't even say that. I'm like, well,
that's right. Where you going? I'm taking your ass home.
Yes,
that's where I'm going. Yeah, that's the end of the conversation.
Yes, sir. Hey, you remember one of my friends? That's the same thing that happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ain't gonna call no names because this might come on the radio.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she got. I think I told you about it, didn't I? Oh, you everywhere I took her, she was like, I said, I tell you what, you gonna like the place I'm taking your ass now, because I took her ass back to the dorm. It was something.
Yeah, and like I say, I it wasn't like I knew her that well, but I don't know what she thought she had going on to command that kind of attention. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know her that well.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, she was something else, man. I took her to a couple of spots, man. That's when Warbucks was up, She didn't like it there. Then we went over to what was that down there? What was that place down there? Was that Acme Road?
Oh, Fox Trap?
Yeah, Fox Trap. Because after I took it to Warbucks, for us at that time, when I started, Warbucks was like kind of on the high side.
High side, yeah. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Yes, sir. So she didn't like that. I said, well, let me take you down here, because when I put together, oh, you from Memphis? Oh, okay. You probably like this over here. So I took over there. She complained about that. I said, well, I heard one too many complaints. I'm taking your ass back over here, because you nice, but you ain't nothing.
That's what I'm saying too. I remember I say she was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But demand that kind of stuff. No, like I say, I didn't know her that well. As I would say, she would have had to have a hell of a great personality to put up something like that, because I didn't see it nowhere else.
I'm telling
she was okay. Like I said, I ain't gonna say she wasn't bad. She was okay. She had a nice little body on and stuff. I can give her that.
Yeah.
But it would have had to been a lot more than that
to command that kind of attitude. No. Yeah, brother, I dropped that off. I told you what she said to me, didn't I? I think I did. She waited till, well, hell, I had gone home and got married then. We had one of them mini parties over there in my apartment. We was up there dancing, and she's like, "Look what you made me do."
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, because then my wife came up and we started dancing. She goes, "Who's that?" I said, "Oh, she just somebody I work with." She said, "No, she's more than that." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I can tell the way she's looking at you. There's more than that. I was like, "Oh no, see now you got that all wrong." Yeah, that was back in the day. Yeah, man. I don't know where these folks get that mess from. Like they just so much that you got to empty your bank account for them.
No, man, I don't see that. And as people tell me, I'm too stingy to even think about emptying my bank account.
I'm telling you.
So that would never even been a possibility for me, because I know how I am.
Yes, indeed. Same here. And I had no doubts about my lovely wife, because hell, she had to buy my suit for us to get married. And I paid that rent for the apartment that we were just getting, and the car insurance and the car note. I'm like, I had 50 cents to throw up under there. But yeah, man, I look back on it, and even before that, if I was short, hey, come on, let's go to dinner. I'll pay for it. Oh, okay. All right, baby, I appreciate it. Because I definitely didn't want it to. Hey, if I had it, I'd pay for it. But if I didn't have it, I didn't have it.
Yeah. That, it's something that was, never even I don't even want to say never even an issue. It didn't even I mean, it just never was a topic of conversation. When we were dating and after we got married, that just never was an issue. This never was. But
no,
I guess it's just everybody's different. And
they are.
Everybody's different. And everybody's looking for different things in life and stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess I just know the kind of person I am. I just wouldn't be around somebody like that.
Oh no. And then too, that right there, I equate that also along with just playing house. You with somebody that you like for the moment, but if it ain't a we thing, it's just a me thing. So that ain't no recipe for longevity.
No.
And if it's like, well, if I got $20, she got $20, or vice versa. We ain't never played that my money, your money thing. This has been our money.
Yeah.
And when I hear people say that, well, if that works for you, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with it. I just know it wouldn't work for me, because we both got to be invested in this and contributing to this and safeguarding this.
Yeah. That's the way we've always been that way too when it came. There was times where we always sit down and talked about the bills and okay, what can you do? I can pay this one, you can pay that one, that kind of thing. And then it was like, okay, you got money to do what you want to do with, bills paid. We always had that kind of relationship too, to where once things got taken care of, within reason. It ain't like, you go out and spend $1 million just because we got the bills paid. But, it just, it's never been in those kind of situations where, you up one day and find out, oh, damn, you did what? Never had that kind of situation, because I've always been reasonable people. We never had any kind of outlandish desires for whatever it may be, jewelry, clothes, whatever. We just never been that way.
No,
so it's never really never been a problem when it came to a thing like that.
Hell no, man. That's why you have to have a plan, man. It's just like with us. Our little thing is we discussed everything already anyway. But if it was something that you wanted to do that might cost the $300 was our limit. If it's over $300, then we need to talk about it.
Right.
Up to $300. If you need to make a move, But anything over that, let's talk about it. And it wasn't no can I? It was like, this is what I want to do. But like, oh, okay, all right, kind of thing. But no, man. Everybody need to have their own be able to just go and do.
Yeah. You don't need to be calling. I want to spend $20 on this. Is that okay? No, we've never had that kind of situation at all. Like I said, we always talked about, the big ticket items, if you will, and the bills.
Yep.
And after that, it was like, okay, you made your money, you can spend your money.
That's right.
We've always.
Anybody that works has that right.
Yeah. I always feel that way too, and I know, money is the number one reason that marriages fail, and stuff like that. And I think that's because people don't want to talk about it or want to do things on the low, and then it comes out and get caught, and then you got to spend nights, arguing and making up and all that kind of stuff. Just, you just never did that kind of stuff.
No, and then too, a lot of these younger folks here today, and I'm sure they were the same ones in our era too. They have these unrealistic expectations because women have a problem, in my opinion, with what a man's supposed to do. You don't know what you're supposed to do, but you know what a man's supposed to do. He's supposed to take care of his household. Yeah. And these days, he's supposed to take care of his household with the help of his woman.
That's true. That's true.
Some of those old fogey things are out the window. Just like you want me to wash dishes and you want me to cook sometime, damn it, because that's what a woman was supposed to do.
Right.
Hey, we both can bring in the bacon and we both can cook it. And I think that's where a lot of the problems come in. I cringe every time I hear these folks on television talking about what a man. Well, you're a man and you're supposed to do this. How do you know what a man's supposed to do when you don't even know what the hell a woman's supposed to do?
Yeah. You you sounded like TD Jakes now.
Man, I'm
You sound like TD Jakes, brother.
I co-sign with the brother now. I'll co-sign with the brother. Don't come in here telling me what I'm supposed to do, and you don't even know what the hell you supposed to do. I'm supposed to do all this, but you supposed to go and fix me a damn TV dinner. That don't work here.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's some almost predefined things that you just based on the fact that physically they can't do it or whatever.
That's right.
I think there's some sort of traditional role that you all have, but I think you got to be flexible enough to realize that just like say most women are ones that do the cooking and things of that nature. But I've always been of the mindset myself of, well, I ain't gonna starve just because you ain't gonna be able to cook today.
There you go.
Whether it's because you got to work late or you just don't feel like it, whatever. So hey, I can't cook as well as man, but I can feed myself. Yeah. I can cook it up to feed myself.
I ain't gonna be hungry.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, I think you got to be flexible on stuff like that. I think we all sort of agree that there is some sort of traditional thing that you sort of look at the husband and the wife to do, but you got to be able to realize that there may not be some of those times that you can't do that. I look at my mom and dad. My mom's that old school of, she took care of cooking, cleaning, whole 9 yards. I remember she went in the hospital, got sick, but we were still kids back at home, man. We didn't even know how to turn on the washing machine. Dad didn't know how to turn the wash. We had to call my one that I said we always thought was our aunt that was our cousin.
Yeah.
Had to call her to ask him how to turn the washing machine on, Hey. But she was from that old school that
That's
she
right.
did all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was her responsibility. So no, I just always been that kind of person of, I almost feel like you're not. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to almost blackmail me because I can't do X, Y, and Z,
exactly.
and I'm dependent on you to do that. So all I got to do is say, well, I ain't going to do that. So I just always been that kind of, I'll try to figure out a little bit of what you're doing. And I know I can't do it as well as you, but I know I can do it well enough. Like you said, I ain't going to starve.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And any of it. It's just like with, I remember Rosin, I don't know what was going on. She got sick and she was in the hospital. And we brought her home. And then, her mom wanted to get up here. Let me go up here. I can go up here and help take care of her and help Rodney out, But she's from that old school, like, brother didn't know nothing about the kitchen, didn't know nothing. And I ain't gonna say I'm well versed in the kitchen because I don't cook,
right?
But I can survive,
right?
And I really can cook. I've watched women in my life long enough to know I can get it together. It might take me a couple of times to get it right, but I can cook. So, but anyway, she came up here, and when they showed up, I was just coming from the commissary, man. And one of Rosa's girlfriends called and said, Rosa, your husband over here, he done spent $600 over here in the commissary. Hell, I was just buying groceries like she do. I bought so many groceries, man, I didn't even have nowhere to put all it. So I messed around and I got it all put away. And my mother-in-law came in and she sat up there. And so Rosa was coming home the next day. And so she got home because she told Tracy, when Tracy called, she said, I can't worry about that. That's Rodney. I'm trying to heal. I ain't worried about none of that. And but only reason I spent that much money, man, because I'm seeing deals, man. I'm like, well, if I can get one for this, two would be even better. Before I realized I had 2 damn baskets full. And but her mom got here, and she got here, and she was like, oh, I noticed her looking around because I guess he expected a bunch of dishes because Rosin had been in the hospital about 2 or 3 days. Be in the sink, kitchen was clean, beds were, I went in there, okay, yeah, y'all come in this bedroom right here. Everything was made, everything. I'm like, man, I ain't no invalid. The house was in order. So she stayed here a couple of days. She said, well, I guess we're going to head on back because y'all don't need me. I'm like, mother-in-law, you welcome to stay, but no, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna never say I don't need nobody that's offering some help, but things gonna work out. I know how to maintain a household.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know how to do what I need to get done because I know how I like things. I like it in order, and I'm gonna do that. The dishes gonna be clean, kitchen gonna be clean, whole 9 yards. She said, well, we gonna go on. I'm like, okay, thank you for coming. I can get in there. I've been cleaning the house my whole life. That's what we did Saturday mornings. We got up. I had to do that before I could go to the gym. You do what you got to do.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of it is really almost common sense. It ain't rocket science, the kind of stuff you try to do. A lot of it's just almost pure common sense. But,
and it's easy. And I say it, the reason I say it's easy is because that's how I was raised. I hate that term and I'm using it. But when we were brought up, we were taught to, if you see something need to be done, do it. It's out the way. Don't just leave it for somebody else to come and do it. Just do it. And that's what I do. and even maintain it. I was telling my son the other day, he's like, well, I'm gonna take a couple of days off, Dad. I need to clean my house, do laundry, da da da. I said, son, it's easy to maintain. Damn, but I guess for people that don't understand that, I'm like, man, I do stuff as I see it. If I get up and walk to the bathroom and pee and I see something I need to get done, I'll do it right there. That's one less thing that's out of the way for something else that's gonna pop up.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'm not one of the kind that just let stuff build up and build up and build up. And like you say, I have to take a whole day to get it done.
Yeah.
I figure if I can do it here and there and take me 5 minutes to get it done, I ain't got to spend that whole day.
Thank you.
I'm the same way. I go get things done. I even sort of tell myself sometimes, go ahead and do it now. Don't say I'm gonna do it later. Just go ahead and do it now and get it done. And I'll go ahead and get it done and get it over with. But I'm that kind of person too. I just don't let things build up, whatever it may be. I just go ahead and get it done, get it out of the way. And then I said, okay, now I got my time.
That's right.
Yeah, these unscripted podcasts can be all over the place. We go from talking about the Cheesecake Factory and how one young lady said that wasn't good enough for her to picking stuff up around the house. That's what I love about it. Hope you enjoyed this edition. Join us next time for Old Fools Talking Old School. This is Mickey G. Peace.